Hello, and welcome to State of Mystery podcast. My name is Maria, and it's so nice of you to join me today. On this podcast, we talk about things that are spooky, things that are creepy, things that keep you up at night. Anything spooky, really. That's what we talk about here. Today, I'm very excited to talk to you guys about this story. Something I haven't really dealt with before, something I haven't really looked into before, but I was watching Two Girls, One Ghost, like I do. Because, of course, I watch creepy stuff. And I heard about the Appalachian Mountains. Now, I've heard about the Appalachian Mountains before, but let me just tell you, they covered most things. Everything, really. But it had me thinking more about the cryptids. So, here I am, doing my podcast on Appalachian cryptids, and I can't wait to talk to you about them. So, the Appalachian Mountains extend through 14 states throughout the East Coast, as well as a portion of Canada, including Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island. When people hear about the Appalachian Mountains, most people become intrigued, and they have something to say about it. Most of the time, it's like, oh, those are creepy. It's eerie out there. Maybe they've heard something. Maybe they're interested in the animals that live out there, the spooky stuff, or they're just a believer of Bigfoot. Most famous for their vast length of 2,000 miles that spread out between a variety of states, it's also known for being 500 million years old. So when you have that much land and so many unknown things, people start to talk and people start to wonder. People have gone missing here, people have seen things here. If you hear something, no, you didn't. If you see something, no, you didn't. Here are some of the rules when entering the Appalachia Mountains. Stay on the trail. Pack it in, pack it out. Carry all trash in, carry all trash out. Don't disturb natural features. Dig a hole for human waste. And here are some unspoken rules that people don't often talk about. No whistling in the woods. Ignore any voices or things that might be calling your name off the trail. And avoid the woods at night at all costs. This is the Appalachian Cryptid Field Guide. Top 10 Creeps of the Mountains. Welcome to the shadows of the Appalachian Mountains, where ancient forests hide more than just deer and bears. This is a guide to the most infamous and terrifying cryptids, said to roam the hills and the hollows, seen by hikers, whispered about in town squares, and featured by old folks who know better than to walk alone after dark. We're going to start with number 1. This is the one that my wife hates the most, the one that I'm not allowed to talk about, so shh, mind your business, and don't be telling her things, okay? It's Mothman. She hates Mothman. She's scared of Mothman, okay? Mothman. What is it? It's a winged humanoid. It's said to be 6 to 7 feet tall, with glowing red eyes and silent flight. So you can't hear this bitch coming. And it would be good if you did, because they say that it's a bad omen that he shows up right before disaster. So, when was this seen? It was seen November 12th, 1966, in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, which is in the Appalachian Mountains. Witnessed by gravediggers Roger and Linda Scarberry, Steve and Mary Millett. This was right before the Silver Bridge collapse. So people believe that he was a bad omen. He showed up and he was basically giving a warning. So if you see something like this, it's a bad omen. So what was the Silver Bridge? If you don't know, it was a suspension bridge built in 1928 connecting Point Pleasant in Gallipolis, Ohio, across the Ohio River. It carried US Route 35 and was heavily used with more than 4,000 vehicles daily. At around 5 p.m. on December 15th, 1967, during rush hour, the bridge suddenly collapsed. 31 vehicles fell into the icy river and 46 people died and 2 are never found. The cause was later found to be tiny fractures in the single eye-bar joint, a critical part of the suspension system. So people believe that in the year leading up to this collapse, dozens of locals in and around Point Pleasant reported seeing the strange creature as a tall winged figure with glowing red eyes. And after this, he abruptly stopped. Side note though, it's very sad that that happened, and my heart goes out to the people that did happen to. It was a tragedy, and my heart does go out to those people. So let's move on from that. We have the Flatwoods Monster, which I'd never heard about before this. The Flatwoods Monster is described as a 10-foot tall being that is spade shaped with glowing eyes, and it floats and it smells like sulfur. Yum. So it was first seen in the Appalachians on September 12th, 1952, in West Virginia and Flatwoods, hence the name. It was seen by Edward and Fred May, Tom Heyer, and Kathleen May. The encounter goes like this. After a fiery object crashed, they encountered this floating figure, and it induced nausea and paralysis. No thanks. Looked robotic and like an alien hybrid, and it emanates sickness and dread. So I'm good on that. No thank you. That sounds creepy. That sounds scary. I'm good. Okay? I'm good on that. Next, we have the Wampus Cats, which is a cat-like creature with glowing eyes, upright posture, creepy, piercing screams. No thanks. It was first seen in the 1920s in the Smoky Mountains, witnessed by local farmers. And it was heard screaming and found clawed livestock and giant feline prints. Oof. Could it have been a cougar? Could it have been a big cat? I don't know. I like to think it was a Wampus cat, though. It's kind of different. Kind of reminds me of a chupacabra. Isn't that crazy that we always, like, hear about things attacking livestock, and it's always, like, chupacabra, Bigfoot, Wampus cat. We don't know. Could be anything. Okay, anyways. It's said to be a cursed human soul. Its screams mimics a woman's cry for help. Kind of reminds me of the... Why can't I think of it? The Banshee. That's what it reminds me of. The Banshee. Number 4. Moving on. We have the sheep squash, or the white thing. Described as a bear-sized, white, woolly fur with goat horns, saber teeth, and a foul odor. Oh my god, a foul odor. Why do all these bitches stink? Why is that a thing? We hear this with Bigfoot, we hear this with everything. Like, why do they smell? Don't know. Okay, so the first sighting of this creature was 1994 in Boone County, West Virginia. It was seen by teens and campers, and it charged at a vehicle and vanished into the forest, left claw marks and a nasty sulfur scent. See what I mean? It's massive, unpredictable, and smells like death, and appears without warning. Listen. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, that's something, right? Next, we have number 5, which is Snallygaster, which is a flying reptile bird hybrid. Sounds cool. Tentacles and metal beak, one central eye. It was seen in the 1800s in South Mountain, Maryland, witnessed by German settlers and farmers. And basically, it attacked livestock, drained blood, swooped on wagons. It's a flying vampire predator that attacks from above without sound. That sounds scary as shit. Reminds me of a chupacabra. Could it have been a vampire? I like to think it was a vampire. Maybe it was a hybrid vampire. Number 6, we have a Grafton monster. It was described as a 7 to 9 foot tall, pale gray skin, smooth body, and headless. Ick. It was seen in 1964 in West Virginia, and it was witnessed by Robert Cockrell, who was a reporter at the time. He was seen walking riverside. Not the man, the monster. Was seen walking riverside, later hiding in ruins left behind crushed vegetation. It's enormous, headless, and silent. That gave me the chills. No thanks. Number 7, we have the Tennessee Wild Man. The Tennessee Wild Man, which is the size of a man. It's hairy and it has red, glowing eyes. And it smells nasty. And it's said to be violent, which, I mean, if you're out in the wilderness like that. This first sighting was in the 1860s in Tennessee, witnessed by Civil War soldiers. That's what they say. And it screamed and chased people, grabbed a woman before being scared off. So not only does it charge at people, but it screams like a banshee, and it's stronger than any man that people have known or seen. It almost reminds me of like a man Bigfoot. But I don't think Bigfoots are that aggressive with people, are they? I mean, I guess because some people think that they've stolen people. Okay, I digress. Let's move on. Next, number 8, we have the devil monkey, which is 3 to 4 foot tall, and it looks like a dog-like snout with kangaroo legs, sharp claws, and a long tail. First sighted in 1959 in Virginia, and I guess a local couple witnessed this. They were farmers. This being attacked a car, leaped through the trees, and tore livestock apart. I'm seeing a trend. I'm seeing a trend. It's fast, it's vicious, and it hunts in packs, and they don't scare easily. Next, we have 9, which is my personal favorite to talk about, Bigfoot. 7 to 10 feet tall, looks like an ape, dark hair, and stinky, massive footprints. That's what they're famous for. So the first sighting was in the 1800s in Virginia, which we know. Does anybody remember that famous Bigfoot video in like the 1960s that had like an uproar of Bigfoot? It was not here, but it was close by. And everybody was like, is it Bigfoot? Is it not? And people tried to debunk it, and then people didn't. I don't remember what it is, but I will, when I'm editing, I'm going to try to see if I can put the video in here or at least link it because I'll never forget it. But it's witnessed, the Bigfoot is witnessed by hunters, hikers, campers, park rangers, and seen passing tents, leaving boulders, snapping trees. It's huge, silent, and intelligent. And some people believe that Bigfoot takes people, and some people believe that the reason that people have gone missing in the woods in the Appalachians specifically is because he is the culprit. And he takes. That's crazy. Do you think that there's just people out in the woods like just being raised by a bunch of different things? It's crazy to think about. Okay. Number 10, Raven Mocker, described as a ghostly bird human, hybrid skeletal, black wings, and a deadly shriek. It's pre-colonial in the Great Smoky Mountains, and it was seen by local mountaineers at the time. Appears near the dying and steals years from their life. Leaves no wounds. So, the scariest thing about this one is it doesn't chase, it waits, and it steals your life while you're helpless. It's like a death spirit. It reminds me of like a vulture that just waits and then it's going to eat you, but this time it eats your soul and any years that you have left. That's terrifying. That's all of the ones that I have, but let's do like a little chat for a second. What the hell are some of these things? It's crazy, and to me it almost reminds me of like I loved as a kid watching like the Percy Jackson movies or like the stuff with like movies where there was sci-fi, where there was a bunch of different animals or hybrids and stuff. But a lot of people are saying that they saw these in real life, which is really creepy and scary, but like I also kind of want to see. I just don't want to be gone into the wilderness. I just want to look from afar. I just want to be a fly on the wall, if you will. A creature in the night, if you will. I'm intrigued by it. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think this is real? Do you think this is fake? Hmm. My favorite cryptid is Bigfoot, but I've also been very like, I don't know, is a vampire cryptid? Would you consider that? Like a vampire? I'm very partial to vampires, very partial to Bigfoot, and I'm very partial to chupacabras because Growing up, I always heard about chupacabras. I have some family in Puerto Rico, and I would always hear legends of like the chupacabra and how like if you don't go out at night and he's gonna eat the live stock and you don't want to be there. But I don't know. What do you guys think? And do you guys like this stuff? If you do, let me know. Give me some suggestions because I'm not sure what else to talk about, but I found this very interesting and I thought I would make an episode about it. But all right, thank you for joining me today. Okay, love you, bye.